Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be on the brand new Urban Decay eyeshadow palette. I was really excited whenever I saw that they were coming out with an all green or a green themed type of palette, because you know usually they stick to some very neutral palettes, and of course the name of the palettes are usually like naked something. So whenever I saw that this one was called Wild Greens, I was like, okay, that is something that I am very interested in because I love green eyeshadow on my eyes. I wish right now that I was more into pinks because, you know, Valentine's is coming up and I kind of want to do a pink look, but I can't because I'm allergic to pink eyeshadow, which is really weird. So greens are something that I can wear, that I love to wear, different tones of them and everything, and mixing it up with like a yellow or something. So like I said, I did go just today. It launched today. So if you're interested in it, it's already at Ulta stores and also Ulta online. I wanted to tell you where it was like going to be launching. So it launched on the 28th on January. It launched on January 28th on the Urban Decay website, but I feel like it would probably take the same amount of time as it would as waiting for it to get to Ulta, because I have an Ulta like super close to me, which is very dangerous. But they were gonna launch in store at the same time, so I'm like, I'll just wait and not get it from the Urban Decay website, but you could if you want to. And then on February 27th, it's gonna be online at Sephora and Nordstrom, and then in store and online at Macy's, and then March 11th. So it's going to take a while, but March 11th, it'll be inside Sephora stores. Because sometimes Ulta takes a little while to deliver my packages. So anyways, this is how it looks. This is the Wild Greens palette. I think it's very cute. Even the outside, they had a little pretty display for it. I also got a NYX eyeliner because I wanted to try it out with green on my waterline. I'm also going to be trying out these lashes by Allure, and this is the Jordan Woods collection. These look really pretty. So like I said, I'm super glad it is not like the Urban Decay Naked palette. And not that it's a bad thing. Like, I like the Urban Decay Naked palettes. I have a few of them. Some of them have like such great formula that are my favorite type of palettes to use, especially for everyday looks, or just so many palettes that they do really have good palettes. But you know, you get kind of bored of the same theme over and over. Naked this, naked that, naked this, you know what I mean? So yeah, I was glad. It's like a refresh to see that Urban Decay didn't do like a naked greens type of palette. So anyways, this is how it looks inside. Of course, it's not completely green, but you do have all five of these all right here are really pretty green ones. And this one right here is just calling my name, so I know for sure I'm gonna use this one today, and probably even this one. So this one's called Earthside, Chill, Super Greens, and Lo-Fi. So I'm just gonna swatch them here and then I'll do a close-up, because sometimes when I try to do a close-up and then show you at the same time, it doesn't even focus. Just from here, they feel pretty soft. I do see that these two are a little bit powdery, but they do feel really soft. So let me do the other four. This one's Prickly, Kickback, Twist, and Fuzz. That one's very powdery, that dark one. And then these two are kind of like a light type of shimmer shade. Kale, Turmeric, Stash, and High Vibe. Ooh, this one's so pretty. Like, I know for sure I'm gonna use that one today. And then this one also looks like a really pretty orangey, warm shade. And then this pretty green one, and the last one right there. They all seem pretty soft as I'm swatching them and everything, but some are a little powdery, so just keep that in mind. Except for the shimmers, those seem pretty good. And then this one also not very shimmery or not very powdery, but the rest, you know, I can tell that they have that very soft formula. Okay, there, I'm trying to make sure that I show you, but I think I'm gonna re-swatch them later and then show you a better clip of them, because girl, I'm losing my touch from not filming, you know, very often like I used to, and so it's showing. You know, I just gotta keep going, keep trying, and just continue to film, and I'll get back into it like nothing like before, and just make it part of my week, and it'll just go back to normal. So let me get my brushes ready, and then I'll give a close-up so that way you can see everything. Okay, so I have no idea how it's gonna turn out, what type of look I want to go for, but I think I'm gonna try to use a few of these shimmer shades, but we'll see what ends up happening. So I'm gonna start off with Kale. I think I want to start off with that one, And I'm gonna use a blending brush for this. And I'm gonna apply this one right here on the crease. This is such a pretty green shade. And it's blending out pretty easily. I'm just using a regular blending brush. This one is by Sigma. It's the diffused crease brush. So that's blending out really easily, which I'm not surprised. Like, I expect Urban Decay eyeshadows to blend because most of their recent eyeshadow palettes, like the Naked Heat, the Naked Wild West, those have such good quality eyeshadows. Like, they just blend out so easily. So I'm gonna add a little bit more green and do the same thing just to kind of build up the shade. I'll go all the way into the inner corner. And I also didn't want to swatch them in store or anything because I just wanted to get the first impression like right here on camera and just look at all the shades and be more, it's just more exciting, you know what I mean? That's looking good. It's blending out easily. I'm gonna go all the way up though. Sometimes I feel like I leave this top part a little too blank and I don't like the way that that looks whenever I'm done. They were powdery on the swatches as you saw, but now that I'm blending them out and applying them on the eyes, I'm not seeing a lot of fallout from that one. Just so you know, because this one was pretty powdery when I swatched it. And I didn't use any eyeshadow primer. All I used was concealer, and then I set it with the Rare Beauty loose powder, which is also what I'm wearing all over my face, and I really like the way that that looks. I really liked it in that first impression video of the Sephora haul that I showed you, and I've just used it since, and I really like how it sets my makeup and how it looks underneath the eyes. So that's all I use. It's a translucent powder that I used to set my eyelid. Okay, so I think I'm gonna just go ahead and use the same one on the lower lash line. And sometimes I wait to do the lower lash line last, but I think this is a really pretty shade to apply down here too. Okay, I'm gonna start with Fuzz. And I can't remember how that one swatched, but I want to, hopefully it's not too dark. I want to apply this one right here towards the inner part of the eye. And, oh yeah, remember, it was a little light. It does have a shift of green. I can see some green shimmer in it, but it's not coming out intense, you know? You can barely see that. So I'm going to try by spraying it with the MAC Prep and Prime and reapply it right here. Oh yeah, that is much, much better. Hopefully you can see that. That was a big, big difference. I love how a lot of these palettes are having variety in the shift of the shimmers. It's not just like a plain old regular shimmer. It just has like, it has like some different tones in it. So I'm gonna apply this one on the other eye so you can really see the difference it made by spraying it. Wow, this side looks even more like foiled or something. I think it turned out a lot better. Let me reapply it over here. There. When you wet it and you just flatten it out, it just looks more foiled. Much better with the spray. I mean, I always like to try it out just to see how the shimmers will look without it, just to see how they perform, but most of the time they look better whenever you spray them. So let me clean my brush. I'm just gonna put it in this right here. I think I'm gonna use, yeah, I think I'm gonna use this one right here, which is Twist. And I'm gonna apply this one right here on the center. I wasn't sure which one was gonna be lighter, if the one in the inner corner or the outside. That's why I didn't know which one to apply first, but I think this looks pretty good. I did get a bunch of fallout, as you can see right there, from that first eyeshadow that I used, because I didn't spray it. So just know it's gonna get messy if you don't spray the eyeshadows. The last shade I'm gonna use on the top is gonna be the dark shimmer green. This one looks pretty intense. So I'm gonna apply this one on the outer corner. Oh my gosh, I can hear my camera zooming in and out. I wonder if you can hear it. I'm just gonna blend it into that middle shade. I'm gonna take a little blending brush and go over the edges of all eyeshadows right here, and it's still with that same Kale shade. So that's much, much better. That helped blend out that harsh edge I was having right there. And I'm just gonna bring it up a little bit The shimmers are getting into the matte as I'm blending. I don't know if you can see that, but it's getting a little shimmery on top too. And I pretty much have fallout from all of them. The gold, the second shade, the third shade, like pretty much all of them gave me fallout. And on the inner corner, I'm gonna go in with the color Chill, which is the white pearl shade. Oh, like I said, I wanted to use this green one on the waterline. This one is by NYX and it's called Emerald Cut. And then I'm gonna go in with Kickback, which is a cool toned brown, and get close to my waterline with this shade. And I'm gonna go back into, where's that brush at? Go back into Kale and blend that out. And I wanna show you the palette because it is pretty messy. So you can see, especially this one right here, because I mean, I used it the most, but it is pretty powdery as you can tell. And there, not so much the shimmers, those are fine. It's just this one and even this one. Like I didn't use it that much and it's pretty powdery, like already on the pan. So I'm gonna put the falsies on and I'll be right back. Okay, so done with the look, finished off with the eyelashes, some highlights, and then also my lipstick. I did get some fallout, as you can see from here. Hopefully you can see that, but it is mainly from that first shade. I will say that most of them have fallout, just not so much the matte one. I didn't really notice that much at first, but then once I got into the shimmer ones, it was like a little crazy on the eyes, not on the palette. And then with the mattes, it's actually the opposite. I get fallout from, I mean, I don't get fallout on my eyes, but I do get a lot of powder from the eyeshadows whenever I stick my brush in there. But I do feel like it's pretty similar to other eyeshadow formulas that Urban Decay has. Yeah, my favorite ones as of lately from Urban Decay are the Naked Heat and the Naked, I can never remember the name, the Naked Wild West, but it does have a similar formula to that, to where the mattes just show up and blend out super easily. So I do like that about the formula of the mattes, you know, the ones that I did use, because I only used 2 today. I can only speak for that green one mainly because I did use this one on the lower lash line, but I mean, it did show up. It's just I didn't really blend out too much or anything, but with this one I can tell right away it shows up true to color. I can blend it out, and even though it's a little messy, a little powdery on the palette, it is really pretty on the eye, and I do like how it just shows up. I like the tone of it and everything. I think it's a unique type of green. I would prefer if it had a little bit more in there, just to give me more mattes, like a different tones of matte green ones. But overall, it's a really pretty palette. I honestly don't think I have that type of green in another palette, so that's really pretty. And I mean, it does have a few shimmer shades that are green and that are like unique type of greens, but of course it's not that wild in the green part, because I mean, 5 out of 12 is not that many greens, but overall it is a really pretty palette. It's just really up to you if you feel like this color combination is a good one. If you already have plenty of greens, then you probably don't even need this one. So yeah, overall with the palette, I'm not disappointed at all. Like I said, I don't feel like it just wows me because it doesn't have a lot of greens, and I do have plenty of light browns and, you know, light shimmery colors and all that, but that's just me by myself. But overall, like the palette, it is really pretty. It has great greens in there, a variety of tones to choose from, and you know, you can do an everyday look with it as well. So I think I get the point of having, you know, 5 greens and then all the other ones just some other colors that you can still wear if you don't have a huge collection and you're just like, okay, I want this palette, I love greens on my eyes or with my skin tone, and then you still have some everyday type of other shades that you can play with, you know what I mean? So I get the palette. I like the idea of it. Like I said, I'm also glad that it wasn't part of the Naked line because I was wanting something new, and this is pretty new to me. But I will recommend you use a spray with it. I always use the MAC Prep and Prime. I feel like it's such a good spray to use with eyeshadows, but I feel like maybe you can use any other type of setting spray. That's just my favorite. But for sure, you need one in order to get a prettier color and for it to grab on better on your eyes with a spray, because I feel like without it, it gets really messy. It's just all over the place, and I just feel like you can see the true tone of the shimmer, like the way that it looks in here, the way that it swatches. I feel like it looks better on the eyes if you wet it first. So I will be using this palette again and trying out some of the other colors. For sure though, I am going to do my eyes first and then the rest of my makeup, because now I have some shimmer on my cheeks. I can do either one. I don't mind, especially if I already know in advance, like, okay, these eyeshadows are messy. Let me do my eyes first and then I'll do the rest of my makeup. But anyways, you guys, I hope you enjoyed today's little first impression slash kind of a review of the colors that I did use today. I hope you like the look, the way that it turned out. I did. I feel like I'm happy with it. You know, it's a really pretty look. So now you know what I think. Let me know what you think about the palette. Are you thinking of getting it? What do you think of the color story? Or you feel like maybe there should have been more greens in it? Tell me your thoughts. I hope you like today's look, today's video. Thank you so much for watching. And if you're new, don't forget to subscribe before you go. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.